Welcome to my channel. It was supposed to be an ordinary day at the particle physics lab. Just another Tuesday of running tests and writing papers. But then, it wasn't. The experiment triggered a dimensional rift. Reality tore open like a faulty tapestry, nearly pulling our hero into the abyss. When he came to barely alive, his colleagues were dead, their souls apparently ripped out of their bodies and scattered across the multiverse. He didn't believe in any of that mumbo-jumbo, not until he started slipping between worlds himself. In this reality, our hero was a jock who never pursued science. His counterpart glared at him from a boxing ring, sneering, "Get your hands up, you overgrown fetus." He doesn't know how or why he's shifting realities, but there has to be some scientific explanation. So he starts investigating, hoping to find a way back home. Except wherever he goes, he seems to be wanted. Someone is hunting him across dimensions, killing alternate versions of him and stealing his life force. Why? And how do all these worlds differ from his own? What versions of himself might our hero encounter? Let's break down some ideas to consider. First, let's set the stage for our story. Our hero is a 25-year-old physicist working at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, a renowned center for particle physics research. One fateful day, while working on a new experiment, he accidentally creates a dimensional rift, a tear in the fabric of reality. It happens because our world isn't the only one out there. There are infinite parallel universes, each separated by a thin membrane of reality. The rift allows him to glimpse into other dimensions and even interact with alternate versions of himself. What makes this possible is a scientific theory called string theory, which posits that the universe is made up of tiny vibrating strings, and that different vibrations create different particles. This means that at the most fundamental level, the stuff that makes up our world is basically music. String theory also suggests that there are additional dimensions beyond the three spatial dimensions and one time dimension we experience. These extra dimensions are thought to be curled up so small that they're not visible to us. By manipulating these strings and opening up the dimensions, our hero inadvertently opens a portal to the multiverse. But as he slips through the portal, the experiment malfunctions and nearly kills him. He's saved by a mysterious woman who turns out to be an alternate version of his girlfriend. Or maybe she's a version of himself. She explains that he almost triggered a catastrophic collapse of the multiverse, which would destroy all of reality. Apparently, he has special abilities that make him a powerful conduit between the dimensions. Abilities he'll need to master if he wants to prevent the end of the universe. As the multiverse hangs in the balance, our hero finds himself thrust into an epic battle across infinite realities. Along the way, he discovers that he's not alone in his quest. He meets a group of allies who come from different dimensions and each have unique abilities and knowledge. Together, they form an unlikely alliance to help our hero understand his powers and navigate the treacherous worlds of the multiverse. But they may have ulterior motives. Can anyone in the multiverse be trusted? And here's where the story gets really interesting. Every time our hero jumps between realities, he takes on the appearance and memories of the version of himself that he replaces. This means that in one world, he could be a famous musician, and in another, a ruthless dictator. Each version of him carries with them the experiences and knowledge of their alternate lives. So when our hero shifts from one world to the next, he brings a piece of each reality with him, shaping him into a kind of multiverse superhero. Now, this power comes with a cost. Shifting realities is emotionally and psychologically draining. Each version of our hero leaves behind a residue of their personality and trauma, creating a fractured, ever-shifting identity. Can he keep track of who he is if he keeps switching realities? Our hero is a sponge for the multiverse. And speaking of traversing the multiverse, it's important to establish how exactly this works. In the grand scheme of things, traveling between parallel universes isn't that far-fetched. Scientists have theorized that every time quantum mechanics causes a split in the universe, a new timeline is created where every possibility exists. Parallel universes allow for infinite timelines to play out simultaneously, each branching off from the last, creating a massive web of realities. Some scientists even believe that we can travel through these alternate dimensions by entering hypothetical tunnels that connect different points in space. While wormholes haven't been proven to exist, scientists are constantly making new discoveries about the nature of our universe. So it is not entirely impossible that one day we'll be able to travel the multiverse just like our hero. So let's say that our hero has successfully entered the multiverse. Where will he go first? To answer this question, let's consider some different types of parallel universes that exist within the multiverse. First, we have mirror universes, which are alternate realities where the laws of physics are slightly different than our own. For example, in some mirror universes, gravity might work in reverse, causing objects to float away from the Earth. In others, time might flow backward, meaning that our hero would be traveling to the past. He might even encounter a universe where he made different decisions leading to an alternate life. Next, we have pocket universes, which are self-contained bubbles of reality that exists outside of time and space as we know it. These universes can have their own unique laws of physics and contain different versions of characters from our hero's original reality. Then there are fractal universes, which are infinite in size and contain copies of other universes within them. Imagine a Russian nesting doll, but instead of dolls, it's other universes. Exploring these different types of parallel universes will allow your hero to face different versions of himself and learn more about the multiverse. But remember, someone or something is hunting him across these realities. So, how does this entity move between dimensions? Does it use the same method as our hero? Or does it have its own unique way of navigating the multiverse? The answers to these questions will help reveal the identity of the antagonist and their motivation for pursuing our hero. Finally, let's talk about the worlds that our hero will visit. Each world should be distinct with its own unique characteristics and challenges. For example, in one world, he might find that he's a famous musician, but soon realizes that his fame has come at the cost of his personal relationships and sense of identity. In another, he could be a ruthless dictator ruling over a dystopian society, forcing him to confront the darkness that exists within humanity. He might even stumble upon a world where his best friend never existed, exploring the profound impact that one person can have on another's life. In fact, why don't we develop that last idea a little further? The best friend who never existed. In this alternate world, our hero grows up without his best friend, leading to a whole different set of experiences and relationships. Without his best friend's influence, our hero might have turned out very differently. Perhaps he is more introverted, or maybe he has become involved in activities that he never would have considered otherwise. This world could also be vastly different from our hero's own. Maybe he lives in a world where global warming has ravaged the planet, or where societal unrest has led to widespread poverty and conflict. In this reality, our hero might find himself drawn to activism or humanitarian work, trying to make a positive impact on the world around him. But he's not alone in this world. Alternate versions of his friends and family might exist, living out lives that are drastically different from the ones that he remembers. Meeting these alternate versions of loved ones could be both enlightening and heartbreaking for our hero, forcing him to confront the choices that have shaped his relationships in his own reality. Ultimately, the goal of visiting these different realities shouldn't just be to escape from the entity that has hunted him. It should also be about self-discovery and growth. Each new world presents our hero with an opportunity to learn more about himself and the nature of the multiverse, ultimately leading him to become a better, more powerful version of himself. By embracing the unknown and facing the challenges that come with exploring the multiverse, our hero can unlock his full potential and ultimately save the universe. And as for the enigmatic woman who saved our hero's life, her role in the story is crucial. Is she a guide who will help him navigate the multiverse? Or a manipulator who has her own sinister plans? The possibilities are endless. Will our hero trust her, or will he find himself betrayed at the worst possible moment? Only time will tell. So how will our hero discover the dark secret that someone or something is hunting him across the multiverse? What clues can he follow to unmask the culprit? And how will he use his knowledge of alternate realities to outsmart his pursuers? What challenges will he face, and how will he overcome them? If you want to support us, please like, comment, and share this video. Your engagement helps us grow and brings us one step closer to our goal of reaching 1 million subscribers. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.